I'm Mary Tasillo. I'm coming in as the Book Arts Center Director at Wells College. Well, I'm excited about rethinking a little bit what how broad the definition of book arts at Wells is. There's a lot of excitement right now about artist publishing in all kinds of forms, and sometimes that looks like letterpress printing and fine binding, and sometimes that looks like something that's quicker and dirtier. Part of my background is in zine making, and so I kind of my work has spanned this really detail-oriented and precious to something that is quick and dirty and is just about getting an idea out there. So I'm excited to see that full range play out in the curriculum and in extracurricular activities at Wells. And I'm excited to explore how the book can get integrated into different parts of the curriculum. One of the things that I think is exciting about the book arts is that it's a container for information. So it's not just about arts and writing, but it can help people think through ideas in a different way and tap into different parts of their brain. And so I want students at Wells to really understand that the Book Arts Center is a resource for them, whether they're an art student, whether they're a writing student, or whether they're a biology student who wants to think about their area of study in a different way. What drew me to Wells is the beautiful location and also this incredible collection of letterpress machinery and equipment, bindery and papermaking equipment at the Book Arts Center. It's really an incredible treasure of collection that's would be unique for even a much larger institution to have, and to have it at such a tiny school overlooking the lake is pretty dreamy. Access to a press is a big deal, and that's something that since getting my MFA in book arts in Philadelphia, I was involved in starting a community print shop, because it's like, oh, you graduate from school and you don't have a place to do this stuff. And so now there's actually a few community shops in Philadelphia where you can go in. I'm excited about the Summer Institute and thinking about how this place has all the ingredients to be a huge draw to book arts communities across the country, really, to come and study with top of the field names. And I think it's also a great opportunity for students at Wells who are interested in book arts to be able to get involved in that Summer Institute and also tap into some educators who are just outside of the faculty and who they'd have access to on a day-to-day basis. So I came to book arts as someone who'd been interested in visual arts and in writing for a long time. And when I was in college, I interned with a book artist who was also a letterpress printer and who was working with old wood engravings that were used to print 19th century editions of Webster's Dictionary. And I spent all this time, this is like the fiddly end of letterpress printing. I spent all this time with the micrometer trying to bring these old blocks up to type high, because they were printed hard, they get uneven over time. I went to learn about that because I was interested in old things and art conservation. But while I was there, I learned about the book as an art form. And it was a place that really brought together my interest, both in the visual and in text and writing, and in making things with my hands. And so I followed that thread. When I was in undergraduate, I didn't go to a school that had a book arts program. And so I tried to figure out how to study that on my own and made some stabs at it here and there. And then it really got deeper study in graduate school. I have an MFA in book arts and printmaking from the University of the Arts in Philadelphia. So to me, it's really also special that Wells students are able to study book arts in depth at the undergraduate level, which is something that I didn't have access to at that point in my education. feel like the favorite book category has a few different subcategories. So one of my favorite authors who I put a few books under is Rebecca Solnit, who's really an essayist and has a really incredible way of drawing seemingly disparate ideas together under one theme. So she's written a couple of books about walking and approaches that from an anatomical and evolutionary perspective, and then writes about philosophers and mathematicians who walk to think, and just I'm trying to think what else, but approaches it from just these really broad perspectives and in a way that I find really beautiful and thought-provoking. I have a collection of copies of Alice in Wonderland, which is a childhood but maybe perennial favorite, and is also a good there's some good examples in there from a book arts perspective of say, A Mouse's Tail, where it's T-A-L-E, but the text actually goes in the shape of the tail. It's like good little concrete poetry pun that maybe you wouldn't expect to find there, but also because it's this perennial classic, it's been illustrated in so many ways. And so I've enjoyed seeing some of the creative takes that illustrators have brought to the book.